Hello, my name is Kevin Austin. Today I am going to make a video that shows you how to create an animated GIF or GIF using GIMP. GIMP is a free image manipulation program that is available in just about any operating system from GIMP.org. First of all, many people don't know what an animated GIF is. An animated GIF is similar to a video, but it doesn't have sound, and it doesn't require an actual some type of video player or video plugin to load on your web page. That means you can have a video type element, but not really big, download times that people have to sit through to view your web page that you have your animated GIF on. So I've got a couple samples here to show you what an animated GIF is. The first one is this one. It's a little right state GIF I made. It's got 5 slides, and as you go through it, each slide conveys a sense of movement there. Now if we open this one in Safari, that's what this animated GIF looks like. It'll just keep looping through those 5 slides as long as your web page here is open. Now this one is much more intense. It has 90 slides. So we're not going to skip or go through all of them here, but as you can see, as we go down, it's a movement just like an actual movie. If we put this one loaded in Safari just to check it out, it looks pretty much like actual video playing. Now when this is over, it's going to loop and keep going on and on forever. So the first thing we have to do is to launch GIMP. And this tutorial is for GIMP version 2.8. The two main windows you need are your toolbox and your layers menu. A thing to think about now is how big do you want your animated GIF to be? When we go File, New, GIF has a number of templates built into it of common sizes. I'm going to go with 468 by 60. Okay. So I'm going to make it a little bit bigger so we can all see a little bit better what's going on. In our animation that I'm going to make today, it's going to be a basic flower advertisement. It's going to have a little picture of a flower logo right over here. And then in this area it's going to say buy. And then the next slide will say more, and then the last slide will say flowers. And when it's all done, it will loop through those forever. Now the idea being on a website, since this is an advertisement, when someone clicks on it, maybe it would go to a flower store or something like that. As we're creating this, we need to think, is there anything that's going to be that shows up in the same place on every slide? For me, the answer is yes. I'm going to have my flower logo over here. So the first thing we should do is put our piece of art on here that we want to use on every slide. So for me, it is this flower.jpg. Now remember, you can see right here, the height of my ad is going to be 60 pixels. I've already resized this image to be 59 pixels tall. So coincidentally, it is a perfect square, so it is 59 by 59. So I just did a select all, copy. Now I'm going to paste it here. I'm going to grab my little move tool right here and drag it all the way over here to the left. Now that is going to appear on every slide. I can go ahead and close this now. So after I have slid it over, I'm going to click off of here. It goes ahead and it merges this flower into the background for me. Now being that I want this to be in the background of every slide I'm going to make, I'm going to duplicate this background slide now. So I'm going to go down to Duplicate Layer. Then I'm going to right click on that one that it just made and Edit Layer Attributes. I'm going to name this one Frame 1. Then I'm going to duplicate Frame 1. Edit Layer Attributes. I'm going to name it Frame 2. And lastly, I'm going to duplicate frame 3 or layer 3, edit layer attributes, and I'm going to name it frame 3. Now we need to add our text elements. So right now I'm going to, this little eyeball toggles whether or not you can see that layer. So I'm going to turn the eyeball to toggle all of the layers off except frame 1, the one I want to work with right now. Now I'm going to create some text. So notice down here your color palette, it's black. I want my text to be black, so that's perfect for me. If you wanted to do some text of a different color, you can click on the color palette and then, navigate through here and find out whatever color you want to make your text in. But I want black, so I'm going to click on my text tool here. And I'm going to click right about here in the middle of my screen. I'm going to type by. I want my text to be a little bit bigger, so I'm going to make that, let's try 45 point. And you can grab this little handle here, click and drag to move your text around. I think that probably looks good for me. So I think my by slide is done. Now I need to combine this by text with frame 1. So I'm going to right click on by. I want to say merge down. So now by has become a part of frame 1. Next, I'm going to click the eyeball next to frame 2. Grab my text tool, click here. I'm going to type more. Make my text 45 point again. Click and drag. If I can do it. There we go. More. Now I want to check and see how that lines up with where my text is on frame 1. So I'm actually going to move more, a hair over to the left, so it lines up slightly better with the word by. I'm going to right click on more and say merge down. So now by more, by more. I'm going to click on the eyeball for frame 3, select frame 3, get my text tool out again, and type flowers. Make it 45 point also. I want to make sure it shows up on nice and centered on my window there. Okay, so I got flowers. I'm going to right click on flowers, tell it to merge down. So now as you see as we go through, more flowers. By more flowers. So that's going to be what our ad says. Okay, now that we have the basic done, we have all 3 of our slides ready to go. I'm going to go up under filters, animation, and optimize for GIF. So you notice this opened in a new window here. I want to make this one 200% also. I'm going to show you the difference in these 2 files. Before I quit, I'm going to click on the bottom one and save it. We'll call it banner ad 1 flower. We'll put it on my desktop and save it. I'd hate to have to repeat all those steps. Actually, we should have saved earlier in the process, but now I have it saved. Let's make this a little bigger so we can see the whole thing. Get everything lined up here. Now here's my original, this window, GIMP document. You see what the layers look like. When I click on this document that's been optimized for GIF, you see the layers have changed. You see 100 ms, that stands for 100 milliseconds. That's how long each one of these slides, 100 milliseconds, will stay before it rotates to the next one. But 100 milliseconds is like da 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 da. It is way too fast. Buy more flowers. I can't even speak as fast as it would create it. So 1000 milliseconds is 1 second. So we're going to change this to say 1000 milliseconds. So we're going to right click on it, edit layer attributes, and we're just going to put a 0 in there. So now it says 1000. Do the same thing here, edit layer attributes, change it to 1000 milliseconds. And edit layer attributes again, change it to 1000 milliseconds. Okay. Next, we're pretty much ready to export it now. So we're going to under File, Export As, and I'm going to name it Flower Banner. We need to change this to be GIF image and change this to be GIF image. I want it to be on my desktop. So I click Export. Now this little window is going to pop up. We don't want it to be interlaced. That is very old school internet. We don't need to do that anymore. But we do need to select as animation. We want to click loop forever. Otherwise, when it loads on a web page, it'll go through the progression of slides one time. So frame 1, frame 2, frame 3, and then it will stop. If people wanted to see your ad or whatever animation is, again, they would have to reload the web page. We don't need to worry about this because the delay between frames were unspecified because we did specify. We said 1000 milliseconds when we edited the layer attributes. So we are good to go now. So let's go ahead and export it. So here's my flower banner GIF on the desktop. We will drag it down here to Safari and open it up. Buy more flowers, buy more flowers. So there's a basic animated GIF using GIMP in a nutshell. Of course, you can do much more detailed animations after you practice a little bit. Hope you enjoyed this tutorial.